Hi, everyone. I had an opportunity today to participate in a wonderful webinar that was sponsored by the Math Learning Center, who are the writers of our Bridges math curriculum. So I wanted to jump on and do a screencast just to share with you all the resources and support that are going to be available for us for this upcoming school year. So just to give you an idea of where I am on our Bridges Educator site. And for those of you who might be new to math or new to teaching or new to our county, the web address is up here at the top of my screen. And just a side note, the world of screencasting, I'm sure, is going to be one that we're going to be venturing in quite a bit this year. So when you're considering screencasting, just be aware of what you have open at the top of your screen. So just a little side note there. So again, you can access this particular website using the web address, or we have a clever app that we use that stores all of our important websites. So just to let you know, this is one way you can do it. So for those of you who might be new or new to math, and if you do not have access because this is a password protected site, just check with your IRTs or your admin at your building to make sure that you can get onto your Bridges site. So on the educator site, right here on the first page, we have resources and support for 2020-2021. So this is the part that I wanted to highlight with you today. So I'm going to click here on this particular page. And if you notice that MLC is providing meaningful assistance during this time that we're going to be doing remote learning. Excuse me. The first part is going to have videos that you can watch at your leisure about remote learning and technical tools. So I'm going to access this through the Professional Development Library on the Bridges website. So notice it's linked here. So I'm just going to show you a quick preview of what's here. So in this part of the PD library has all kinds of suggestions from math instructional coaches or even classroom teachers and how they've utilized Bridges during our remote learning period. So I'm just going to scroll down here quickly so you can see there's different examples of how they've done this. This particular section is about utilizing tech tools, utilizing Google Docs, creating instructional videos using Screencastify, how to use Google Slides. So this is more a technology-based section. Even something like how to take a screenshot. This webinar utilizing the Math Learning Center apps is amazing, and I highly suggest making sure that you watch this, as we're going to be utilizing the Learning Center apps a lot through our Schoology platform while we're doing remote learning. And then there's another video that I would highly recommend, which is sharing the Math Learning Center apps. So those are two that I would put on my list to view when you have time. So I'm going to scroll back up here, and I'm just going to go back to my home page and go back to my resources and support for 2020. So again, that's the video links to that library. And what I really want to focus on is these particular topics here. We're going to start with guidance for Bridges for the new school year. So these particular documents are going to address the need for instruction for this particular school year based on the fact that we were out of school in the spring. So there's a letter of introduction. This gives the reasoning behind why Bridges developed the particular scope and sequence that they are offering for us. So you'll have an opportunity to read through this at your leisure. I just wanted to point out this particular graphic. So when you think about traditional remediation, we think about going back the first couple of months of school and reviewing prior grade level standards. With that in mind, it's hard sometimes to get all the grade level content in when you're starting those first 2 months with this kind of trajectory. So what Bridges is recommending is to start with your particular grade level standards and then provide activities of re-engagement as you go along with the particular standard content. So that's what I'm going to show you, is how they have developed their scope and sequence and their guiding documents to help us with where are the tools and the activities we need for these activities of re-engagement. So there's lots of information here within this 9-page document. I recommend just kind of going through it and perusing it as you need it. So I'm going to close out of this. So I'm back on that particular website or that particular page again. If you notice at the top of the page, there are grade levels. So in order to take a look at a specific grade level guidance, I'm just going to pick 4th grade. So this is going to take me straight to the information for 4th grade. You can access that letter that I just showed you from this particular page. Here's my scope and sequence. So I'm going to click here. It's very colorful. A couple things I want to point out. You have your bold standards, which are your critical standards, your gray, which are supporting and additional. The light purple are modules that can be moved to the end of the year if you need to. And then the blue is a module that's been completely deleted from the sequence of instruction. You'll also have a little note at the top right-hand corner that will just be applicable to your particular grade level. So just an overview at the top. If you think about the way that our Bridges curriculum is designed, there's 2 major components. There's the Bridges, which we would consider our whole group instruction, and then there's Number Corner, which is typically 20 minutes out of your math block, which is curriculum that helps support our Bridges curriculum. If you've ever taught calendar math before, I would equate it to our calendar math program. So just to give you an idea of our verbiage. So we're in the Bridges curriculum. There are a total of 8 units per grade level. So this one is actually having you not necessarily teach the 8th unit. Typically that 8th unit is a STEM unit, so it's a compilation of all the skills you've taught that year. That's why this particular one has been removed. So as I'm glancing across here, you can notice that there are months at the top that correlate with the unit. So if you think about your unit is your monthly plan, your modules are typically your weekly plan. And then when we look at the unit planners, we'll take a look at sessions, which will be your daily plan. So you can take a look at the previous grade level standards that connect with the modules. So that's your prior learning, and then the standards that you're going to be using during that particular module of learning and instruction. So here's some examples of modules that could be pushed to the end of the year if needed. So now I'm going to back out of here, and I want to give you an idea of what a unit planner looks like. So right now, Unit 1 and Unit 2 are available. Bridges is going to release documents for all the way up to 7 as soon as they become available. So I'm going to take a look at my unit planner. There's a lot of information here. So the first part will be what the unit is covering by module. This is important. Topics for re-engagement. This is where you're going to see information about how this particular standards connect with their experiences from 3rd grade, and some ideas for how you can engage students if they need some support in certain areas. Here's a section about modifications for the unit. As I scroll into the next page, this page talks about workplaces. So workplaces, if you're not familiar with Bridges, if you think of it as center time or games, this particular page talks about how can you adapt workplaces if we are fortunate enough to go back into the classroom and have students engaging with each other. So this is just an idea of how students can actually play the games with their own copy, with their own tools, so they're not sharing anything, and they're also taking into account social distancing. One acronym that I wanted to point out to you is DDM. When we talk more about workplaces in just a few minutes, that stands for Digital Display Materials. So a lot of our workplaces have been made digital, so that's something that students can do virtually. When we go on to the next page, remember I talked to you about how Bridges is our main math curriculum. Number Corner is a supplemental, but it is important to do because it helps support our learning in our Bridges curriculum. So for each unit, you will have the associated Number Corner months. So for Unit 1, you're going to be looking at September and October Number Corner. Each Number Corner each month has 6 workouts. You'll notice that this particular planner is revised, and it shows you the workouts that are important to cover during that particular month. So you're making sure that you're hitting those major content standards. So for September, you're going to be focused on your collector, your computational fluency, and problem strings. The next page is really important. It has the unit broken down by module and session. So remember, unit, month, module, week, session, day. So just an overview on which steps you should teach and which steps can be skipped. And over here to the right are activities for re-engagement. So notice these are all hyperlinked. So if my students were having trouble with equal groups for multiplication, needed additional support, I could use grade level 3 workplace, loops and groups, or I could go into the Bridges intervention program, which we do have. Click on here, and this will give me some activities for re-engagement. So that's offered for all of the modules, all of the sessions. So if we just scroll through here, you can get an idea of where certain steps might be skipped, or you might be teaching the entire session. In this particular example, you can see how the workplaces have been inserted just to help support learning. So I'm back to that guidance document again. Up here at the top, you may have noticed that it says digital workplaces. Bridges has turned most of their workplaces into digital display materials that students will be able to use on their own computer. So you can filter those by your grade, apply. So it's here on the side, Bridges, grade 3, unit 1, module 1. You can find this particular workplace. So you can copy the link and students will be able to access that without having to have a login for our Bridges site. So I'm going to go back to home, back to this resource and support. Another thing that I'm really excited about are the scavenger hunts. So obviously students are going to be using a lot of tools during their time at home. This screen, get used to, you're going to be using it a lot because everything that's in Schoology that you're going to be sending out to your students, you'll need to make a copy of anything that's been developed. So this scavenger hunt, if you think about when we share manipulatives with students, we give them time for exploration. These scavenger hunts have been built so that students are using the tech tools that are going to be really important to be proficient with while they're doing at-home learning. So here's a speaker button. So this will read the screen to them. They'll click and utilize the tools for typing in an expression. Here's an example of drag and drop, adding a straight line. And if they have any difficulty, they can go down here at the bottom and click on these hints to help them with learning about different tech tools. So if you notice, I'm going to back out of here. I think I'm going to have to click out of here actually. Oh, and it knocked me off my site. So I'll go back here, click in here. Am I clever? And here I'm back on this page. So again, this is the scavenger hunts. And notice that they're done by grade bands. So students will be able to access this. These will be really interesting activities to do maybe right at the beginning of the school year when you're introducing the tech features that they're going to be working on. One more thing I want to point out before our time is over, this Math at Home. So this Math at Home is going to send me to the Math Learning Center site, which is a free site for families. So this has a tremendous amount of resources. Notice that it's, again, divided by grade level. So I'll click on second grade. These have an activity of the day. These are great activities to start maybe as a warm-up with your students, or you can even copy them and put them in a Google Doc for printing, etc. These have been offered since March, so I can go back in the archive and pick any grade level and access all of these activities if I want to engage with my students in this way. There's practice pages, family games, online games, so there's just a vast amount of material available for you. So our time is almost up for my screencast. I just wanted to go back in one more time and remind you of all the great resources that are there. So again, homepage, resources and support for 2020-2021. And if you need any support or help, please reach out to your IRTs or your school admin or mentors. And I just want to leave you with this thought. These are going to be our 3 most important school supplies for this new school year: patience, flexibility, and grace. I wish you all luck. Stay well and stay healthy.